I worked alone for 47 nights. On night 48, I discovered I was never alone. And I wish I'd never found out. They fired me 3 weeks ago, not for what I did, for what I knew. And the worst part? I can't prove any of it. The recordings are gone, the emails deleted. The evidence I spent 2 months collecting vanished, like it never existed, like I never existed. Let me tell you what happens when you find something you were never supposed to find, in a place where nobody was supposed to be watching. This is the story of the night audit and why you should never ever work the overnight shift at Northbridge Financial. My name is Alex, or at least, that's what I'm calling myself for this story. I was a data analyst at Northbridge Financial, a mid-sized insurance company in the Midwest. Nothing exciting, nothing glamorous, just spreadsheets, compliance reports, and the soul-crushing monotony of corporate life. In March of last year, they offered me a promotion, night audit analyst, 25% pay raise, work from 11 p.m. to 7 a.m. Monday through Friday, alone. In a building that housed 600 employees during the day, but just me at night. The job? Simple. Run automated audits on the day's transactions, flag anomalies, generate reports, 8 hours, by myself, in 47,000 square feet of empty office space. I should have asked why the last 3 people quit within 2 months. I didn't. I'm telling you this story because I need you to understand something. Corporate horror isn't about ghosts or demons. It's about systems designed to make you question your own sanity. It's about gaslighting institutionalized so deeply that even you start to doubt what you saw. By the end of this story, you'll understand why I can never work in an office again, and why I sleep with the lights on. Night 1 was fine, quiet, peaceful even. I set up my desk on the 8th floor, accounting department. 3 monitors, coffee maker I brought from home, noise-canceling headphones with a true crime podcast playlist. The building was eerily silent, sure, but it was also kind of liberating. No pointless meetings, no Karen from HR asking about my weekend. Just me, the hum of servers, and the glow of Excel spreadsheets. The security guard, Marcus, would do his rounds twice a night. Once at 1 a.m., once at 5 a.m. He'd knock on my cubicle. We'd chat for 5 minutes, and he'd move on. Marcus was in his 60s, former cop. He told me on night 3, "Been doing this for 11 years. Nothing weird ever happens here, long as you don't go to the 12th floor." I laughed, asked why. He didn't laugh back. Executive suites, CEO's office. They don't like people up there after hours. Just don't go up there, all right? I thought he was messing with me, trying to spook the new night guy. I was wrong. Night 7. That's when I first noticed it. I was running the audit, flagging duplicate transactions, mismatched client IDs, the usual, and I saw something odd. Every night, at exactly 3:17 a.m., there was a data entry. Same timestamp. Every single night for the past 6 months. The entry? A transfer of $847.23 to an account listed as Department 12X. I'd never seen that department code before, so I did what any curious analyst would do. I searched the company directory. Department 12X didn't exist. I checked the employee database. No one assigned to Department 12X. I checked the floor directory. The 12th floor only had 4 listed departments, all executive suites. I checked past audits. The entries went back 4 years, same amount, same time. 3:17 a.m. every single night. That's $309,236.95 annually. Over 4 years, $1.2 million going somewhere, to someone, in a department that didn't officially exist. I should have reported it. I should have sent an email to my supervisor and let someone else handle it. But here's the thing about people like me. Data analysts, auditors, investigators, we don't let go of patterns that don't make sense. It's not just curiosity. It's It's compulsion. So I started digging. Night 12. I decided to check the 12th floor. I know. Marcus told me not to. But I needed to see what was up there. Who was authorizing these transfers? I waited until his 1 a.m. rounds were done, took the elevator. The 12th floor was wrong. The lights were on, all of them. Fluorescent panels buzzing at full brightness, even though it was 2 a.m. and the building was supposed to be empty. But that wasn't the worst part. The worst part was the sound. Typing. I heard typing. Dozens of keyboards, clicking away in perfect rhythm. I walked down the hall, slowly. Every step echoing on the polished tile. The executive suites had glass walls. I could see inside, empty, all of them. But the typing continued. I followed the sound to the end of the hall. A door with no nameplate, just a number, 12X. I tried the handle, locked. But through the frosted glass, I saw shapes, silhouettes, moving, and then the typing stopped all at once, and I heard a voice. From inside the room, it said my name, not Alex, my real name, the one I'm not using for this story, the name that's only in HR files, that's only on my badge and my tax documents. How did they know? I ran, straight to the elevator, back to my desk, grabbed my stuff. I was going to quit, right then. Email my resignation from the parking lot. But then I saw it, an email, sent at 2:47 a.m. while I was on the 12th floor from my own email address to HR. Subject line, Night 12 report, all clear. I didn't send that email. I was on the 12th floor when it was sent. Someone else had access to my account, my computer, my terminal. And they were covering for me, making sure nobody knew I'd been where I wasn't supposed to be. That's when I decided I wasn't going to run. I was going to document everything, record it, prove it. Because whoever was in Department 12X, they'd just made a mistake. They'd shown me they were watching. And if they were watching, that meant there was something to hide. Nights 13 through 35, I became meticulous. I set up a hidden camera on my desk, pointing at my computer screen. If someone was accessing my terminal remotely, I'd have video proof. I started taking photos of the 12X entries, every night. Time-stamped? With metadata? I recorded my screen every time I logged in, every audit, every anomaly, and I started noticing more. The entries weren't random. They followed a pattern. Every 7th night, the amount changed. 847.23 became 1,203.91, then back to 847.23. Every 14th night, the account code shifted. 12X became 12Y. Then 12Z. There were 3 phantom departments. And the money, it was being funneled through shell accounts, routed overseas, then back into subsidiary companies. This wasn't a glitch. This was money laundering. Night 36. I cracked it. The subsidiaries were owned by shell corporations. The shell corporations were owned by a trust, and the trust controlled by 3 people, the CEO, the CFO, and the head of compliance. The same 3 executives whose offices were on the 12th floor. I had them. I had proof of a multi-million-dollar embezzlement scheme running for 4 years. All I had to do was report it, send the evidence to the SEC, to the FBI, hell, even to the local news. But first, I needed one more thing. I needed to see inside Department 12X. Night 37. I went back to the 12th floor. This time, I brought tools. The universal key card I'd borrowed from Marcus's desk while he was on rounds. 2:30 a.m., I took the elevator. The lights were on again. The typing sounds, louder this time. I walked to the door. 12X. Swiped the card. Click. It opened. And what I saw inside, there was nobody there. Just computers. 50 of them, all running. Screens glowing, but no people, no chairs, no desks. Just computers on tables, wired together, running automated scripts. I walked closer, looked at the screens. They were accessing employee terminals, remotely, every computer in the building, including mine. And on the center screen was a program, a log. It listed every night auditor for the past 6 years. Their names, their start dates, and their end dates. Every single one had quit within 2 months, except 3. Those 3 had a different note next to their names. Escalation protocol initiated. I clicked on the first name, Michael Torres. Terminated night 52. A video file opened, security footage, from this very room. It showed Michael standing where I was standing, looking at the same screen I was looking at. And then, the door closed behind him. He turned, tried to open it, locked. The lights went out, and for 30 seconds, nothing. Then the lights came back on. Michael was on the floor, unconscious. 2 men in suits dragged him out. I never saw what happened to his face, but his body language. I checked the second name, Sarah Chen, terminated night 47. Same thing. She found the room, watched the footage, lights out, collapse, dragged away. And the third name, the door closed behind me. I spun around, locked, and on the screen in front of me, my name appeared. Alex, redacted. Escalation protocol initiated. Night 37. I ran to the door, pulled, slammed my shoulder into it. Nothing. The computers started shutting down. One by one, the room got darker, and then I heard it. Footsteps in the hallway. Heavy, slow, deliberate. They stopped outside the door. The lights came back on. The door was open. Marcus was standing there. He looked at me. No expression. You need to come with me, Alex. I asked him what was happening. Why the room? Why the computers? He didn't answer. He just repeated, you need to come with me. I refused. Told him I had evidence, that I was going to the police. He pulled out his phone, showed me something. It was a video from my hidden camera, the one on my desk. The footage showed me sitting at my computer for 37 nights, but in every video, I was alone at my desk. I was never on the 12th floor. The timestamps matched, the dates matched, but I was never on the 12th floor. I told him that was impossible. I was there. I saw the room, the computers, the log files. Marcus shook his head. Alex, you've been flagged for stress-induced auditory and visual hallucinations. It happens sometimes with night shift workers. Isolation, sleep deprivation. The brain starts filling in gaps. He showed me more footage. Me talking to empty hallways. Me staring at blank walls for minutes at a time. Me typing emails that never sent. He said HR had been monitoring me for 2 weeks. That my work performance had declined. That I'd been sending paranoid emails to myself. Department 12X doesn't exist, Alex. There is no embezzlement. There's just you working alone for too long. They walked me out, gave me a severance package, made me sign an NDA, told me I'd receive medical support for my condition. I was escorted to my car, watched until I drove away. And for 3 weeks, I believed them. I thought I'd lost my mind, that the isolation had broken something in my brain. Until yesterday, when I received a package, no return address, just my name. Inside, a USB drive and a note. You were right, but you can never prove it. This is all that's left. Empty. Michael Torres, the first night auditor. I plugged in the drive. It had everything. The real footage, the log files, the financial records, all the evidence I'd collected that they said never existed. It was real, all of it. But here's the thing about evidence, that powerful people don't want to exist. It's only evidence if someone believes you. I tried uploading it. Every file corrupted. I tried sending it to journalists. Emails bounced back. I tried going to the FBI. They said the company had already filed a report about me, about my harassment and false allegations. I even tried posting it online. The files were flagged as manipulated media within hours. Removed. It's like it never existed. Like I never existed. I don't work anymore. I can't. Every office building looks the same now. Every fluorescent light, every empty hallway at night, I see them everywhere. The watchers, the systems, the machines pretending to be email accounts and security protocols. People ask me, was it real? Or did you really have a breakdown? And here's the truth. I don't know anymore. Maybe I did lose my mind. Maybe isolation and night shifts cracked something in my brain. Or maybe I saw something I wasn't supposed to see. And they made sure nobody would ever believe me. Either way, I lost. If you work night shift, if you work alone, and you start noticing patterns that don't make sense, ask yourself, is it worth knowing the truth? Because once you see it, once you really see it, they'll make sure you never see anything again, and you'll spend the rest of your life wondering if any of it was real. Department 12X is still running. Right now, somewhere. The money's still moving, and the next night auditor, they started last week, based on testimony from former employees of a Fortune 500 company. Names and locations have been changed. Department 12X was never officially investigated.